Campsie, where I was born, where my father was born, and my grandfather went there as a tenant in 1886. My grandmother, Ralston, yes.
And you don't look very cheery there.
No, doer looking crater. My father and my grandfather, I suppose, travelled about either with the horse and horseback or with the pony and trap. And my grandfather was a cattle dealer as well as a sheep farmer. I think it would be the second year after I left the school. I got a field to plough, and that was the pair of horse I had. And that is taken a day's ploughing on a new neighbour going into the tenancy, and it was customary for the neighbours round about to give the new tenant a day's ploughing.
Okay. What was that like, working with the horses? Do you remember these horses?
Oh yes, very much so. You develop an affection for them. I mean, there were other horses, but that was the pair that did the ploughing.
Do you remember their names?
Polly and Emma. That's Polly and that's Emma. My father had a hankering to get a dairy farm, and in 1949 Nether Bracco up beyond Airdrie became available, and he was able to buy it, and we moved up there in May 1950, and we went up there and we built up a dairy, a small dairy. I suppose the one big boost was this editor of the Scottish Farmer interested in coming to see my wee effort. I had started to develop the steading, a new steading for loose housing, cubicles and a milking parlour. And at that time there wasn't much of that on the go, and it was the college man, James Walker Love in Lanark, who helped my father and me in developing into making silage from the usual traditional oats and tatties and turnips and that. We developed into making silage at a reasonably early time of farming, and suggested that there could be an article for him, and that's when I got the phone call. That's my 50-year medal.
And you started curling by chance when you saw some stones on
Aye, and the Laird's curling pond near Milton-le-Campsie at Glory. Yes, I went up during the school lunchtime. I knew that they were curling outside, obviously, in it, and I went up, and they were away. They had been curling in the morning, and they were away having lunch, and the stones were all sitting at the end and so forth, and I amused myself by throwing the stones up as best I could. I can't remember whether I got them up fully, but I remember thinking, this is an easy game.
And then this is a lovely... This will be a lovely memory.
Oh yes, oh yeah, happy day. Aye, yes, I met her at a Highland Show dance in Edinburgh, in George Street.
So was that kind of love at first sight then, do you think?
Yes, I must say, yes, I picked her out away in the distance. In those days, the females were all at one side of the hall and the men on the other. But yes, there was something I cannot fully explain, but I pursued her all that night. For 40 years of married life, she was my much respected wife.